well, this is an image, I guess, that was posted by our Montreal correspondent, speaking of Montreal, Alexa Lavoie.
Yep.
And, well, there you have it. It says, we love you, kill them all. Oh, leaders, boycott the terrorists. Do not be accomplices to the genocide in Palestine.
You know, it's amazing this how prone they are to violence. A week ago, Tamara, at Christie Pitts in Toronto, there was a huge pro-Israel demonstration. Thousands of people attended. You know what was kind of different? A few things. One is the number of Canadian flags as well as the State of Israel flag being shown. In all the Hamas protests I've covered, I've seen one Canadian flag. That's it. It's all Palestinian flags. I also didn't hear anyone calling for the death of an identifiable group. I also didn't hear anyone at the pro-Israel march calling for any Islamic country to be wiped off the face of the earth, from the river to the sea. You know, it's very odd, isn't it? Why do you think that is?
Yeah. Hypocrisy. I've been saying it since 2020. Hypocrisy is the new normal.
Yep.
And we have one clip before we move on here where these protests call for long live the resistance and long live the intifada on the streets of Toronto yesterday. And this is a post that comes from the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs advocacy group. And they say this type of glorification of violence and terror has no place in Canada and must be condemned by all.
Long live the resistance!
This is a child.
There is only one solution! Intifada revolution! Long live Intifada! Intifada!
You know, it's the age of that speaker, Tamara, that
Yeah.
really disturbs me as whether you're in marketing or Marxism, the saying is, get them young, get them forever. And this is part of the problem. If you go to Gaza, children are indoctrinated from the earliest ages. I remember, it must be about 15 years ago, 60 Minutes did a report. It was a character kind of like, I don't know, Barney or Big Bird in terms of North American sensibilities. Its name was Terabishu the Talking Chick. And it was all about this, child-friendly mascot whipping up a frenzy of, what do you do when you see a Jew, right? And it went from getting a rock to throw at the Jew to getting an AK-47 and shooting the Jew. Remember, this is for a target audience of maybe 3 to 7-year-olds.
Wow.
Yeah. So, when you have that kind of indoctrination of hatred going on, you reap what you sow, don't you?
Yeah, that's absolutely appalling. And what we're seeing on the streets of Canada is absolutely appalling, and agreed that it needs to be condemned. And meanwhile, you have that Vancouver MP saying, oh, we'll meet with them so that everybody can feel like they have their voices heard.
And the other thing too, you've touched upon something. Whenever we see a synagogue vandalized, whenever we see a Jewish school where a bomb threat is phoned in, like what happened to the Toronto one on Friday, whenever we see a restaurant or a florist owned by a Jew, and there's this, the mob descends and creates vandalism and implies violence. When a political leader does reach out, they say, we condemn all forms of anti-Semitism. Well, that's where they should put the period, full stop. But no, almost every single time, and Islamophobia. Where's the Islamophobia? I mean, this is crazy, Tamara. I just told you when you had that mass gathering at Christie Pitts a week ago Sunday, nothing that approaches hate speech was said in regard to Islamic countries or Muslims. Certainly you don't see Jews running around targeting Islamic-owned businesses. Why do you think our leaders feel that they have to throw in the Islamophobia card when they're calling out tangible acts of anti-Semitism.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, a change of leadership
Yeah.
all around.
Well, we hope.
Is needed here.
Hey, I got to tell you, I'm going on a cruise with a whole bunch of rebels. We're sailing out of Fort Lauderdale on March 23rd, 2024. That's not so far away, less than 6 months away. A gorgeous trip around the Caribbean. Holland America Line, boy, is that luxurious. And we're going to bring some of our favorite rebel talent. Sheila Gunn Reid, David Menzies, and can you believe it? We're actually bringing Tamara Leach with us, and you are invited. That's rebelnewscruise.com.